let's talk about somebody who's starting out or somebody who's not starting out. It's kind of been into it a little bit, but it's the same question. What should be automated first inside of a rank and rent agency? What should be automated very first?
First thing is communication with your business owners, by far. Like if
Okay.
you've closed a deal, the communications to the business owners needs to have like that personal touch of, hey, I'm your partner. Hey, I did the screencast. Hey, I did the closing call. And then beyond that, like really once you get them like onto the onboarding, I have a series of automations that are super important for
Okay.
client retention, for setting expectations, for all that kind of thing. So I'll give you some examples. You want some examples?
Please.
The first is when I have a new client onboarded, like when I have a new client that shows up to, needs, my services, I onboard them on. The first thing that they get is a new client email, right? So I click a button, it's a template, and it's like a checkbox, right? And their new client email goes directly to them, where the first thing they get is a personalized communication from me. It
Okay.
says like all the things to expect, right? All the things that we know about this industry, you're going to get more leads in the spring, winter, spring, summer, and fall, fewer in the winter, right? Like you're going to, get a whisper message, like all that kind of things that they need to understand, like how all this works. I click a button and the automation in the background sends them an email and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to manually go in and do it because like that's the whole point of automations. You have to have fewer clicks, fewer like manual interactions with your agency, with your softwares, with your technologies. And like that builds efficiencies and time where I'm able to reapply that and reinvest that back into my agency. So that's a really big one for me, right? I used to manually do that. I used to manually copy and paste this email, make sure it's formatted correctly, make sure like all these things. And now it's just done. I click it, it goes over to them, right? That's a very simple one.
Okay.
But business owners love that, right? They love knowing what to expect, right? And it saves me headache later knowing what to expect. The biggest one, probably the most important one for my agency, the one that's my money maker, that is like, in my opinion, absolutely essential in rank and rent, right? It is must be done to keep your business owners happy, is the automated text message. Where when a call comes in for a lead, it can go to their phone, it can go to someone on their team's phone, it can go to their front desk girl's phone, whatever. But when a call comes in for a new lead, they automatically get a text message saying you have a new lead from Memphis Concrete. And then it shows the number that called. This has been probably the one most important, valuable tool for me for retention for my business owners.
Interesting. Okay. So first and foremost, the answer to the question is communication with business owners. That's the answer. That's the short answer.
That's the short answer. Yeah.
And the more in-depth answer, some of the things that you do in terms of communication is you literally have, I'm guessing you have a CRM. You can push a button within that. Hey, okay, we just switched them over from prospect to client, click, and then email goes out and boom, they get this welcome email that sets expectations.
Correct. Yep, that's right. Yeah. So the CRM button to click it, it goes out and it's done, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing for me is having those business owners consistently getting some kind of interaction with my agency, right? Because what I want to avoid is they're bombarded with emails, with calls. Angie's calling them, Home Advisor, Porch calling them, their own other channels that they've got them calling them. I need to get credit for my work. Right. So I don't want to have a situation where they're calling me like, I haven't gotten any calls in the last month. And I'm like, bro, you got 40 calls, right? This is a problem I had to solve early, right? And I was like
that.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm done with that conversation. I don't have that conversation ever again, like at all. It just doesn't exist in my agency.